48 hours since a group in Central Florida for the Special Olympic Games were reported missing. It was a group of 6 out of Haiti.
We are continuing to look into the group's disappearance, and we have team coverage tonight. Our Jesse Canales looking into the group's immigration status, but we want to first begin with Spectrum News 13's Jeff Allen.
Jeff, you are outside right now of Exploria Stadium near downtown. Jeff, any indications as to what led to this group's disappearance?
That's still the big mystery tonight. After the games kicked off with the opening ceremonies here on Sunday, investigators say it was on Monday, the first day of the games, about 2:30 in the afternoon, when this group of 6 from Haiti reportedly turned their keys in at their hotel at Walt Disney World, but left their luggage inside their rooms, and none of them have been seen from since. Now, we have pictures of that group of 6 from Haiti. The Haiti delegation. Special Olympics tells us only one of the 6 was an athlete taking part in the games, and only one has an intellectual disability. These games, but it's unclear in this case what role specifically those other 5 in this group had. Now, we talked with a longtime athlete at the games, Laura Casey, who says because of the meticulous and organized structure.
In my 26 years, seeing this sort of thing happen where 6 athletes wind up going missing or being unsupervised. Usually with Special Olympics, they are constantly wearing a chaperone.
Casey there, who has a mild intellectual disability, was not able to make the trip to Orlando and participate in this year's games due to a family illness. Now, I've been reaching out into this disappearance of this group. I'm still waiting to hear back from all of those agencies. Of course, if we do, we'll let you know. Reporting live in Orlando, Jeff Allen, Spectrum News 13.
Our team coverage continues now with Spectrum News 13's Jesse Canales. He is joining us here in the studio with more on this story.
Yeah, and Jesse, law enforcement says no foul play suspected. So you're also looking into whether perhaps an immigration issue.
That's right, Tammy. Greg, Osceola County Sheriff's Office hasn't confirmed if this is a defection case, only that's a missing person case, and don't suspect any foul play. But if they were to have defected, then the next question is, did they violate their visas? Orlando immigration lawyer Nayef Mubarak says for the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games in Los Angeles, the athletes applied for a B1, B2 visa, or a business or a tourist visa. In that same Department of State application, it stated the visas were annotated specifically for Special Olympics. So if this was granted with special requirements for attending the Special Olympics, then the 6 athletes would be in violation.
State Department would argue that they would possibly be in violation because they're not here for what they said they were going to be here for. So they could be accused of visa fraud. However, you could probably make an argument that they haven't violated under B1 due to the fact it's such a broad visa.
He also says that even if attending the Special Olympics wasn't a requirement, then the government can still argue they misrepresented it and obtained visas under false pretenses. Mubarak says if they're looking to stay in the U.S., then they can apply for asylum within a year. It's a long and grueling process that can take up to 6 years before they even receive an interview for their asylum case.
Applying for asylum does not mean you're going to be approved or granted. It's one of the most difficult things to obtain under the INA or the immigration laws. It's a very high standard.
If they're not approved for asylum, then they'll be put under a deportation order. Mubarak says even though Haitian immigrants qualify for temporary protected status, these individuals likely wouldn't be eligible. One of the requirements for TPS for Haitians states they must have resided in the U.S. since July 29 of last year. Another visa that they could potentially be here with is the P1 visa, which is given to athletes participating in a tournament. Since they didn't take part in the Special Olympics, they wouldn't be in violation of that visa. Even if they are arrested by ICE after violating their visa, Mubarak says it typically doesn't lead to immediate deportation. They have rights to a hearing and could be eligible to bond out.
And of course, first priority is making sure that they're found and they're safe. Jesse, thank you.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.